Cool. Keep your eyes closed. If you felt anything, raise that hand high above your head. If you felt anything, raise that hand high above your head. Using the fingers of that hand, would you please show everyone how many touches you just felt? With the other hand, would you now please point to the general area at which you just felt me touch you? Excellent. Hands down. Eyes open as you breathe in. I want you to be aware of all of your senses, especially auditory, as they give you a big round of applause. Sai, awesome job. COVID high five. COVID high five. Yes, you may have a seat. Enjoy the rest of the program. Big hand for Sai. Yes, awesome. Rick. Yeah, wait a minute. Oh, Rick. Yeah. We need to talk.
Okay.
Yeah. Or rather, I need to talk. You need to listen. Here's what happened, Rick. I'm going to tell you something, and then you're going to think that I'm crazy, right? And then you're going to think that you're crazy. I promise, I'm not crazy, and neither are you. But audience, yes or no, did I ever touch Rick?
No.
Did anyone ever touch Rick?
No.
Did anything ever touch Rick?
No.
No, I was over here the entire time, touching Sai. Now, for the first time, COVID high five, connection has been made. Give Rick a big round of applause. You may have a seat. Awesome job. Awesome. For real. He's like, what was that? I wonder if it's true what people say when they say that we're all connected, right? I read this the other day, like, oh, we're all like islands, separate on the surface, but underneath, ooh, right? I wonder if that's really, really true. And I wonder if it matters. You see, there was this magician in the late 1800s, and he was the David Copperfield of his day. Oh, scratch that. I'm sorry. He was more like the Cirque du Soleil of his day. He wasn't just the magician of the century. He was like the show of the century. Look at this. Look at this. The wonder show of the universe. This guy packed his show neatly into 8 train cars and proceeded to travel the world and the country, just dominating the magic scene for 40 years. Just high levels of success in his industry. In fact, there's a guy right here that was a fanboy of his. You might recognize this is Harry Houdini right here. And this is the great Howard Thurston. Somebody asked Howard Thurston one day, they said, hey, how did you get to that level of success? How did you get there? Like, what is the difference maker for you? And a good question, right? We all want some kind of level of success in our fields, right? Doesn't mean we have to be like the public adjuster of the universe, right? But we do all want some sort of level of success in our fields. And when they asked him, he said this: every night I stand before the unopened curtain and I remind myself that I love my audience. And the guy interviewing was like, that's it, really? I don't know, man. That sounds kind of touchy-feely to me. I'm like, right, Sai? Just a little. Sounds kind of, I don't know. That can't be it. He said, no, really, I can't even read. There are magicians who know much more about magic than me. Listen, here's the truth. You can fool their eyes. You can fool their minds. But you can't fool their hearts. It's like, wow, really? Like that is the difference maker? I don't know if I even buy it. See, I come from a long line of like science-based type. Like my family got me a pair of socks with equations on them. Like that's the kind of family I come from. But here's the situation here. We're gonna take a trip to Harvard University to find out if this is really true. If this is really the case that sort of intangible can really make the difference in life. So Harvard did this study. It's a now famous study, just a few decades after Howard Thurston's dominant reign of the magic scene. And they wanted to know, what is the secret to life? Like, what is the meaning of life? Leave it to Harvard, right? To conduct a scientific study to find the meaning of life. And what they did was they gathered hundreds of people, and they followed them around for their entire lives, and they documented everything and measured everything, right? Can you imagine? Like, yeah, just sign here. Like everything we're going to document in your entire life until you die. Sign here, please. And of course they did, because it was a chance to be part of the scientific study that uncovered the meaning of life. Incredible opportunity. $20 million was invested in this. 80 years Harvard's dedicated their finest minds to uncovering this challenge. And here's what they found. Some people in life had amazing success. Some people in that study, miserable failures. And a lot of people fell right in between. Perfect, just like real life. Only now, we had a trail of breadcrumbs. Now we had data, information. At some point, computers came along where we could unpack that data and information. DNA technology came along. We could unpack some of that data and some of that information. And finally, recently, the results are in. They cracked the code. Here is George Vaillant, the director of the Harvard Grant Study, relaying the results. The conclusion of the study is that connection is the whole shooting match. The more areas in your life that you can make connection, the better. Full stop. That is British, by the way, for period. End of sentence. Right? And he wasn't the only one. You know, Harvard wasn't the only one. Here's another one, study that I really like. They found 85% of your financial success is due to your personality and ability to communicate, negotiate, and lead. Shockingly, only 15% is due to technical knowledge. Like, what are they shocked about, right? 100 minus 85 is 15. I don't know what the big... No, here's what they were shocked. Here's what they were shocked about. This was done by the Carnegie Institute of Technology. They were really hoping that technical skills would have a higher showing than 15%. But it's true, the Harvard Grant Study found that people who have this human connection thing, they live an average of 7 years longer, their marriages last longer, they rise through the ranks at work faster, they are sick less often. It's the one dial that if you turn this and only this, it makes a measurable difference in every other area of your life. As a society, are we focused on human connection? Right? As a culture, are we focused on human connection, prioritized? As an organization, you know, maybe it's part of the mission statement, maybe it's part of the culture here, but I know this, if you want to be an organization that prioritizes human connection, you've got to be individuals who prioritize human connection, because all business is really about people, right? It really is about that person-to-person connection. So I know for a long time I did not personally prioritize human connection. I know for a long time I have zero skill in that category. I'm like diagnosably off the charts shy and introverted. I didn't talk until I was 4. I had absolutely zero people skills. Again, I come from a long line of like number crunching, task focused, you know, not people, right? So I had to learn. Right? And I do believe it's a learnable skill. Otherwise, what are we doing, right? What are we doing? Like, if you can't learn it and develop it, why? Hey, you need this thing. Harvard says so, but you can't have it. No, you can absolutely learn and develop it. Growing up, my mother was an accountant, okay? Numbers. My older brother went off to college, like you're supposed to, got a degree in sound engineering, and now works for Bose Speaker Corporation, right? Sweet discounts for me. My father designed nuclear submarines for the Navy. So naturally, when I said, I would like to become a professional magician, Dad, I really want to do this. I really want to do this. And he said this, Tim, you can't fight facts with feelings. Here, come over here. Brought me over to the kitchen table. On the kitchen table, spread out all his bills for the month. Right? So he grabbed his calculator, and Mr. Science Man tried to logic my dream out of me. Right? This is his best parenting tactic, the if-then statement, right? Like, if you throw away your college education and your career for this dream, like, you're going to be, like, here's what's going to happen. It's going to cost you $800 a month, like, just to live at my house. My dad said the first night he slept in an empty house. When I finally had success and moved out, got my own place and everything, he said he cried like a baby. But then the next day, he came to check out my place. He looked around, and then he reached into his pocket, he pulled out an envelope. And inside the envelope, all the rent money I had ever paid to him. When tough love is done right, you forget the tough part. I think it's a great idea. Probably going to steal that, use that with my own kids, you know. I mean, I don't think I'll give them the money back, you know, but rent, I think that's really good. I will close with this poem called My Connection. My connection. From now on, I'm focusing on my phone. I don't need face-to-face interaction. I've realized I crave digital consumption more than human connection. What matters is my perspective versus your perspective. Things are not how they used to be. I've learned that people aren't concerned about empathy. The average person is staring at a screen for 7.5 hours per day. The best things in life aren't happening later. Things need to happen now. We can't make change in this world. We can't make change in this world. Later, things need to happen now. The best things in life aren't happening staring at a screen for 7.5 hours per day. The average person is concerned about empathy. I've learned that people aren't how they used to be. Things are not your perspective versus my perspective. What matters is human connection more than digital consumption. I've realized I crave face-to-face interaction, live events. I don't need my phone. From now on, I'm focusing on human connection. So, what I love about that is that, isn't it funny how everything changes, even though nothing changes but the order? You know, there are people who human connection is a part of our lives, but not a priority. Like, let's change the order of that. There is a situation sometimes where it's not an intentional habit, but it's an afterthought. Let's change the order of that. And yes, there are still people who put profits above people, and let's change the order of that. And like the poem says, let's not wait. Let's do it now. My name is Tim. This has been awesome. Thank you guys so much. Love, love, love. Thank you guys. Thank you, man. Thank you.